Hey everybody, and welcome back to Wild Thing Yoga. My name is Mackenzie, and I'm going to take you through the next, maybe 20 minutes or so. We're going to go over 4 really incredible pranayama practices that'll help boost our immunity and keep us nice, calm, and stress-free during this really crazy time that's going on around the world right now. This video is going to be released on March 15th, so with the pandemic and all the craziness happening with this virus, this novel coronavirus, I thought it'd be really great to just come back to our breath. Our breath is so important. It keeps us calm, it keeps us centered and grounded, and actually through particular breathing patterns, we're able to strengthen our immune system, as well as really suppress some of that anxiety that we're all feeling during this difficult time. Pranayama is one of my favorite practices beyond the physical yoga postures that we do in the sweaty yoga workouts that I personally love. Yoga is actually an 8-limbed path, and one of the paths is this pranayama practice. So prana in Sanskrit is the life force, while yama is the control over it. So through this breath work, we are controlling our life force energy. And there's nothing more pure than that, and just being able to actually really work on building up life inside of our bodies, especially when things are very stressful. So the first breath work that we're going to do is it's called Durga, and it's just 3-part breath. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you can sit up nice and tall, find a comfortable seated position. It doesn't have to be cross-legged like me. You can have both of your feet planted on the floor. If you are sitting in a chair, I ask that you're not leaning back against the back of your chair. Try to keep a nice straight spine. Sit up nice and tall so that the lungs have room to expand in the rib cage. And I'm first going to ask you to place your hands on your belly. Take a deep breath in through the nose, really filling up the belly, allowing it to expand like a balloon. And then exhaling, releasing, drawing the belly back to the spine. So taking deep inhales and exhales equal in length, maybe counting till 4, till 3, depending on your lung capacity. Really deep, even breath. So into the belly on the inhale. Really trying to feel your hands rise, and then exhale, the hands shrink back down. We're going to take a few rounds of this first. So just really breathing into the belly. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in. And exhale completely out. One more, another deep breath in. And exhaling it out. So that's just one part of our 3-part breath. The second part comes in once after we've breathed into our belly. The next is we expand through the ribs. So I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose. Continue to fill up the belly, but breathe in so much that you also expand through your rib cage and feel your hands pull outwards. Deep breath in. And exhaling, coming from the ribs first, and then the belly last. So we're going to take a few rounds of this breath, breathing into the belly and the ribs. You can close your eyes. I find closing my eyes more comfortable, but whatever is best for you. Slight light gaze and right off the tip of the nose works as well. And the last part of our 3-part breath is really breathing up into the muscles of the chest. So placing your hands on the chest, breathing into the belly and the ribs, and then allowing the chest to lift up as well as you inhale. So really, really deep inhales to have this happen. And exhale, releasing from the top first, and then the ribs, and then the belly. Okay. So I'm going to guide you through this. If you want to have a nice, comfortable position, maybe Scoot your booty a little bit towards the side. Really get comfortable. We're going to sit here. We're going to take 10 rounds of this 3-part breath. Okay, I'm going to cue you in for the first 3, and then after that, you're on your own. Breathe at your own pace. So, ready? We're going to begin sitting up nice and tall. Deep inhale into the belly. Allow it to expand through the rib cage, and then puff up through the chest, high up by the throat. On the exhale, exhaling first from the top of the chest, then the ribs, and then the belly. Deep breath into the belly first, expanding through the belly. And then into the rib cage, allowing the ribs to expand. And then up into the muscles of the chest. Then exhaling, releasing from the muscles in the chest. And then sides of the ribs and the belly. Inhaling deeply into the belly. And then the ribs. And then the chest. Exhaling from the chest. And then the ribs. And then the belly. Okay, now for 10 rounds at your own pace with your own breath, really feeling into the 3 parts. Actually place the right hand down onto the belly so that you can feel yourself breathing into the belly. Feel your ribs expanding through your left elbow and your chest rise underneath your left hand. You need to keep the physical cues to remind you of how to breathe. It's a good way to do it. Almost like a cup filling with water, we fill our cups from the bottoms first. And then when we pour it out, we pour the water from the top of the cup. Until it's completely empty. Okay, so then blinking the eyes open, coming to see how you feel. The pranayama practice may make us feel a little bit tired. So if you want to take a couple stretches with me, inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhaling, placing your right hand down, reaching your left arm over your ear. Inhaling to lift, exhaling the left hand down, the right arm reaches up and over. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to move on. Benefits of 3-part breath. It is so very calming. I'm not sure about you guys, but I felt a yawn coming on. at the end of that breathing practice. It's very, very relaxing, very calming. It's so soothing to our autonomic nervous system, which controls our heart rate, our blood pressure, our immune response. Is so, so good for us. We're going to move on to our second breath, our Brahmari Pranayama, our bumblebee breath. So this one looks kind of funny. I will give it that, but it's really great. It stimulates our pituitary gland. It has a lot of benefits for us. It clears out our sinuses and our nasal passages, our ears. Really good for just kind of like shaking up the stuff that might get kind of clogged up in there when you're not feeling too hot. So to practice this form of pranayama, you take your fingers, you fold your ring and pinky finger into your thumb, and you glue your index and middle fingers together. Your thumbs stick out towards the sides. You're going to cover your ears with your thumbs and gently place the middle finger and the ring finger over the eyes. So you're closing off your eyes and your ears. You're going to take a deep inhale in through your nose, and on the exhale, keeping the mouth closed, generate a humming sound in the back of your throat. So the same way you would hum a tune is the same thing that we're going to do, and that vibration when we close off our ears and our eyes really sends that healing sound energy up through the energy channels in our body and works to shake up all of the gunk that gets stuck in the sinuses and all of that. So it's really great. We're going to take 10 rounds of it. I'll walk you through it the first 2 times, and then we'll do 10 rounds on our own. So sitting up again, nice and tall. If we started slouching, human nature, drawing up nice through the spine, holding the ring finger and pinky finger into the hands, gluing our middle finger and index finger together, closing off the eyes, closing the ears with our thumbs, taking a deep inhale in through the nose, and exhale, humming on the exhale out, keeping the mouth closed. So now we don't want to force our hum. Once the exhale is finished, that's the end of the sound. That's the end of the vibration. There's no need to like really dig deep into your core to figure out what's going on down in there. Just gentle humming, keeping the eyes closed, and allowing that sound to come up. It'll feel kind of tickly in your throat. That's okay. I'm not quite sure you can hear my humming if my breath is powerful enough for this video. But trust me, I am humming with you. And one more time with instruction. So we're going to close off our ears, close off the eyes, take a deep inhale in through the nose, and exhale, humming it out. Your elbows can stick out. I find it nice to have my elbows up. You can drop them down by your sides, whatever feels more comfortable for you. All right, we got 10 rounds of bumblebee breath on our own. Okay, when you're finished with your 10 rounds, blinking your eyes open, coming to notice how you feel after that one. You might have a warmth or ringing feeling in your ears. That's totally normal. It's part of the benefits of the practice, that clearing out of the ear canal. And another great thing about this form of breathwork is that it actually stimulates the brain to produce the happy hormones of serotonin and dopamine. The vibration that you felt as you continued with the breath, how it got a little bit more intense as the later rounds went on. It's where the magic happens. It's absolutely beautiful. You can do this breath for as many times as you want. There's no breath restriction on it. All right, let's move on to number 3. Our third pranayama practice of the video is Bhastrika pranayama, and that translates to a hissing breath. So I specifically picked this one probably because I like to do hard things, and this is probably one of the hardest ones to teach through video because I don't know if I'll be able to hiss loud enough, but that's okay. It is great for combating the effects of the cold and the flu and just general yucky feelings inside. It helps to stimulate your thyroid, which is like king of figuring out our immunity. It's absolutely beautiful, and despite being really difficult to teach to you through video, this breathwork is so super simple, very similar to number 2 that we had just done, our bumblebee breath. The hissing breath is the same, but instead of closing off your eyes and humming, we just take a deep inhale in through the nose and exhale through closed teeth. You look a little bit funny. You sound a little bit funny. But it's going to help you get over your colds and your flus. I promise. You can do it in the morning. This breath is best practiced on an empty stomach early in the morning and late at night. So if you're worried about looking funny, do it in your bed. And if you share your bed with somebody, they've seen you do weirder things, I promise. So taking a deep inhale in through your nose, exhaling through closed teeth, hissing the breath out. Kind of like a snake. Okay, so we have 10 hissing breaths together. Let's get started. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, hissing it out. So you can keep your eyes closed, you can gaze gently down off in front of you. Okay, and once you've completed your 10 rounds of your hissing breath, again, just coming back to the body, the last 2 breaths were a little bit more energizing than the first one, but if you're feeling a little tired, you can always come and take some seated cat-cows. Just working through our backs really quick. So the most important thing to remember about pranayama is that it is a very powerful practice. It does seem a little funny at some points, but it is very potent. It is powerful medicine. So many holistic practitioners swear by breathing and really breathing, and even science backs it up. Our respiratory system is so important to us. A lot of the time we take shallow sips of breath that barely fill up our lungs, and that's just life. Doing these breathing exercises, these breathing practices really take us into our full capacity and really help to oxygenate our bodies and bring so much good health benefits to us during the winter. Hi, Dolce. Even Dolce wants to come by to tell you guys to breathe and have fun. So thank you so much for coming and practicing and breathing, actually breathing with me for the last few minutes. I appreciate you more than you guys know. Head on over, Dolce. Head on over and visit our virtual studio at www.thewildthingyogastudio.com. We post amazing content like this and more, blog posts, tips, tricks on how to stay healthy. Will be up, launching soon. Come visit me on Instagram, Wild Thing Yoga Official, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know how weird I looked doing that hissing breath or how funny you felt during bumblebee breath. I really want to hear from you. Community is so important, and it is the biggest thing that we have, especially when things get difficult. As always, if there's anything you need from me, please reach out, let me know. I will try my hardest to help you out in any way that I can. I wish you a lovely rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay calm, and keep practicing. That's all we can do. Namaste.